Whoa, this is weird.
The rest is history.
Yeah, I like Tonka, but I didn't think she liked me.
She didn't. I'm forgiving. I just won't forget.
Actually, it's not okay. I don't like you anymore.
That's like an intrusive thought getting the better
It
of you,
is.
for sure.
Oh my god, it is.
Which is so uncomfortable to me.
What?
So please imagine. That is terrifying.
Whoa, this is weird.
Why? You're sitting in the middle?
Well, I'm sitting in the middle and Nicolette's on the couch.
Yeah.
She's usually in the kitchen.
She's over there doing something.
Cooking.
Right? It does feel weird for me too.
She's always back there like pretending, like
Yeah,
Shuffling
"Let me cook this,
around.
Let me cook this. Like just pretending.
Right.
Right when you leave, we order food.
Wait, have you guys ever watched Miss Doubtfire?
Oh, it's been so long.
No.
Oh,
I never
you
watched
never
it.
I'm
watched
surprised you
I know.
haven't.
You
would
should.
love that.
Yeah.
That's Eddie Murphy, right?
No.
No.
Robin
Robin
Williams.
Oh shit, Robin Williams. Right.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of? Who did Eddie Murphy play where he was like the big woman, Big Mama? Or
You're
some
thinking
shit?
Norbert.
of Tyler Perry? Oh, I don't
Huh?
know.
Norbert? Oh, no, Big Mama's House. But that's not Eddie Murphy. That's
not-
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Who was Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy was in Norbert and then that one
Norbert.
Hercules.
Oh,
I
okay,
haven't
yeah,
heard of
yeah,
either.
yeah, yeah.
What's the Hercules one?
I never watched none of those. I watched.
Nutty Professor.
That one I never watched either.
No?
I don't know. Those movies
my
where they're
God.
like dressed up as like fat people. I don't know.
Okay, well, that is
Not
like
your style.
my
Not my
family is the target audience for those types of movies.
They really are.
Kid you not. Like
You
every
guys
ti-
quote that like
whenever Tyler Perry is dressed up as a woman, we're watching that movie.
Never watched anything Tyler Perry.
Medea?
Never watched it. And I know you guys quoted that.
I've like
probably
dabbled
1
with
million times.
Medea, but I've never I can't remember one that I've watched.
Oh my god. Medea.
Next movie
Those
night.
all fall in the same category. Nutty Professor, all of them.
Okay, well, there's a scene in Mrs. Doubtfire, and the premise of the movie is he's dressed up as an old woman to be with his kids because him and his wife are separated, and he doesn't have like full custody. He only has like every other weekend.
Yes.
So he dresses up as this nanny and pretends to be the nanny for the kids.
It's
and
actually
like
really sweet
it's
though.
such a sweet movie.
Because it's like funny, but it's also sweet.
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
sad. Yeah.
so funny. And there's this scene where he says he'll make dinner for everybody, but he doesn't know how to fucking cook. So everyone's out and they're about to come home, and he orders this carry out and puts it all plated, puts it all nice. And I swear this meal is like the one, you know, when you're like a show and there's a meal in the show and you're like, I wish I could have that.
Yes.
There's just carrots in this meal, and I've always wanted to eat these fucking carrots. It looks
I don't
so
know nothing
good.
about no carrots.
Where's that
Sorry,
from?
no one's gonna get that.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Oh no, I didn't know.
Sorry,
I don't
go
think I've ever watched Beetlejuice.
No,
Not the
you're
movie.
thinking-
Not the
no,
movie.
you
Beetlejuice,
know.
the short black man.
Oh,
I love that guy.
okay.
I love him.
Anyway, let's get into the actual episode. So I just facts and recap. I don't have facts because Josie was here, but
that's interesting.
yeah. So the only thing I did look up was like the balloon drop, and I wanted to look up why they were even doing it. So it was for to beat the world record, like in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was like a fundraiser too.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
like a
type thing?
fundraiser, but it was like a promotional like
Yeah.
thing for the city itself, and like they just wanted to beat the world record.
And of course, it was Ohio.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Of course they would do something like that. And then I guess Disneyland or World, one of them, did it a year before.
Oh.
So like they wanted to beat them. And like they had everything planned. Everything was like set and good to go. And like they told like the air people in the air like this is happening.
Oh my-
like, you know, so like
Disneyland
everyone
did.
No, Cleveland.
Oh,
like
really?
everything was good to go. But there was a storm coming, so they wanted to release them like earlier because the storm was coming and they didn't like notify people.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah, so then they released them earlier, and then like it was like a domino effect of shitty things happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like because of the storm, they all thought that like okay, the balloons would deflate and then come to the ground, nothing would happen, whatever. Because of the storm, it pushed everything down, like all the balloons down, and they weren't deflated, so they were still
So
inflated.
they were just like hovering.
So they were just like hovering all over the place and like getting
That's why it
people's
was such a
vision.
hazard, yeah.
And yeah, and it was just like awful.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's actually so sad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
Nicolette said it
literally.
turned into like a net negative.
Yeah.
You know, like
They lost money because they were sued. I looked it up.
Yeah, yeah. I think because people died and shit because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the organization they wanted to donate to had to give them money.
Yeah. Oh my
But no,
gosh.
fuck, two people died. There was two fishermen apparently
yeah.
that could have been saved,
We're lost at sea. The Coast Guard was looking for them.
but couldn't see a damn thing.
Right.
Because
Because
of the
balloons were all
balloons.
over Lake Erie. So please imagine. That is terrifying. And it's not your, like,
So
that's not a
unfortunate.
normal
Like
occurrence, you know?
No.
that's just bad luck. That's just like they're trying to do good and
Yeah,
just went
no,
wrong,
just
you know?
yeah, just a bad thing.
Fuck.
Yeah. Did you guys ever watch the Amanda Show? Did you? You probably
loved
did.
The Amanda Show.
Amanda. No, I never watched it.
Okay, you just know the theme
Really?
song.
Moody's Point? Is that what you're gonna
Yes,
say?
Moody's Point, where
Moody.
the mom is just floating away on a
Yeah.
hot air balloon.
Every episode, she like almost finds her.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I hated that as a kid because I would just.
You wanted her to.
You never
find
got
him?
like the ending of them getting reunited because the show was canceled before.
Yeah, that show was so fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was like SNL for kids.
I swear that's so
You know?
true. Wow.
Sketch comedy for kids.
Yes.
Okay, and then a little recap. So we were talking about this in our group chat, and I wanted to see if you guys watched it. Did you guys end up watching that The Last of Us?
No.
The show that's supposed to be.
I said I wanted to.
We
tonight,
were gonna
but
watch
we
it
haven't
tonight.
watched it, though.
Yeah, we were talking either to watch that or
Glass Onion.
because we still haven't watched that.
Ugh.
I think I'm gonna watch Glass
Just
Onion.
watch Glass
Just-
Onion, one movie, knock it out,
Yeah.
and then we could talk about it.
Yeah.
And then like between our friend group. And how many episodes is the
Just
last?
they released one.
Oh, it's only one. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's why, yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
might watch both.
Fucking
we'll see.
good. It's fucking good.
I'm
It's
really
that good,
excited
huh?
because I love Pedro Pascal.
It was. Oh my god, he looks great in it. Well, it's like. Well, I don't want to say. There's just like flashbacks.
We'll watch
and flash
it. We'll watch it
forwards, but,
tonight.
like,
We'll be able to
okay.
talk about
yeah,
it.
and they make him look like really, make him look really young, and I'm like,
Wow.
he's so attractive.
He is.
He really is.
I love
Thanks.
Sorry,
Wait, who are you talking about? I zoned out. I
Pedro-
thought me. No, okay.
so stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Robert has to deal with this with me and Liz for like every single fucking person that comes on the screen. We're
I
like,
think Rob just
he
tones
doesn't
it
care.
out.
He
I
does
think
not give
he
a
doesn't
shit.
care, but I don't even think he's paying attention.
It's so funny because there was this TikTok and this girl was like, when my sister-in-law, who is my husband's sister, sends me a TikTok of like a thirst trap of a guy, and
That is literally me and Bona.
it's
218.
literally
Really?
me and
Oh
I
Liz.
didn't know
yeah,
that.
I told you that. She would send me like what's the Neymar videos.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
And I'm like, I love this.
I just don't know who to send it to either. Like,
There's these two Formula One drivers who we're obsessed with, whatever. And we have a Formula One group chat. It's me, Robert, Dre, Johnny, my cousin, Liz, and Beta, okay? And we'll just like send pictures of the guys to them and we'll be like, look how hot they are. Look how hot they are.
Boys,
They're like,
let's
oh
act
my
like
God.
you're not here.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let's get into our guest. If you don't know who Nicolette is, then you have not been watching.
You're a fake fan.
Yeah, or listening. She's our first guest of season 2.
I'm honored.
She is Samir's wife, but she's much more than that. She is also a daughter,
God.
a sister, a friend,
cousin.
Aunt.
an aunt, a cousin, a niece. She's all the things.
Please.
I'm thinking of all the things she could be. And she's Samir's wife, so that's how she got into the group, kind of. Everyone knows how she got into the group
Yeah.
by now. Same old story.
Exactly.
You don't want to know it?
What?
No, I'm kidding.
You've told it
I've
so
told the
many
story
times.
maybe 100 times.
Oh, about how you guys
Yeah.
met? Actually,
Not on the podcast.
Don't say you haven't heard the story.
Not on the podcast, but
I don't remember because I know you weren't there the first night that
Yes,
we
yeah, I
all
wasn't there
met
for the
each
bowling
other,
night.
and neither were you, which is weird.
But I didn't.
No,
yes,
he
I
was there.
Was you?
Yeah,
were you?
Yeah.
Were you?
They're the reason I'm
No.
I'm 50% of the reason they came.
No.
Liz and Josie coming.
It was just Liz and Josie, and Leanne brought them.
I was there. And it was more so Leon, yes. Leon met them, brought me along. Boom. I met them before you guys ever met them. Before Rob ever met them, I had met them.
Well, I
Like
knew,
bowling wasn't your first time meeting Josie
But bowling,
and Liz.
yeah, bowling was maybe my third or fourth time hanging out with Josie and Liz. Third time hanging out with Josie and Liz.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I didn't know that.
And
Okay.
then but at that point, I had still never, I didn't meet you until after that,
You didn't meet me till Nick's birthday.
till Nick's birthday.
And that's in like February.
February
Yes, end of
25th.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, and I do need to clarify that too. Nick is the oldest in the group.
Why?
He told me to fact check it maybe 6 episodes ago. There was one point where I'm like, I think I'm the oldest in the group.
Oh yeah, duh, Nick. No, well, not duh, Nick.
And then Nick was like, Nick texted me, he's like, you like dumbass or whatever. He's like, I'm older than you. I was like, fuck, okay.
I want to talk about first impressions though. So I didn't meet you till like I feel like a long time
I
after
don't
that.
remember the first time that we met.
I don't remember the first time us two met either. I feel like it had to have been at Tusha's house.
I was gonna
Or
say Miss
even your
Pants.
house, maybe. I don't remember.
Could've been a
I don't
birthday?
even remember the season.
I feel like it was Tusha's house because you guys didn't really ever like in the because we all met in like January ish, and then you guys started hanging out a little bit more. And I feel like in the winter we came over across the street or something, and like everybody was there or something like that. Because I remember meeting like Josie there, or not meeting her, but for like the second time, like seeing her there. And
I know the first time I met Beate, it was opening day.
Oh yeah,
and that was April.
Okay,
so I must have met you right around like that same
time, like after around then.
Because I met her on Nick's birthday, but we went to Costa Rica for Nick's bachelor party, came back, and then on St. Patty's Day is when we actually hung out. Because when I met her, we like just sat next to each other at a restaurant and like talked, and right there there was a connection. I'm not gonna lie, instantly.
Did you feel a connection right away?
I mean, yeah, but I was like for sure tipsy. I'm already outgoing, but he's like, you chose to sit next to me on purpose.
She sat next to me. She didn't even know who the hell I was.
Like, I really didn't, but that's okay if you want.
There's a video of us that night. Okay. The night we met.
Yeah,
which is kind of awesome.
We were having like our own little conversation. Like we
were being super cute.
Like, whoa, my life has changed forever.
We were being super cute.
we were.
And then whatever, we leave for Costa Rica, whatever, come back, St. Patty's Day.
Yes.
That's when we like, from that point on, like.
The rest is history.
It was like.
Now the married.
My only focus was on her.
Nice. Okay, but.
So cheesy.
So like you were all in, but were you all in at that point or not really?
I was.
Yeah.
But like I wasn't showing it for sure.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Is that.
I got a poker face.
Okay. Well, obviously.
For sure.
No, but is that. Not a trend for you, but like a habit of yours to like I don't know what your dating history really is aside from him, to be honest. But like, and we don't have to like delve into that. But like, did you go on dates with people beforehand, and were you kind of like standoffish in that sense?
Oh, for sure, yeah. But I feel like I was like that with like a lot of relationships too. Like I'm not literally me and all of my siblings are the same. We are not like now I've changed like since like being with him, and he's so emotional and so like loving, and I was never like that. None of us were like that.
Oh,
we
really?
don't hug.
Oh, really?
Literally, we hug like big days.
Wow,
like,
that's so shocking.
So we always say like, it's funny because he's so loving, and they're like, we're not like that at all.
Yeah.
But it's just how we were raised, I feel like.
Yeah.
I didn't. So she was like playing. I didn't know if she liked me.
Yeah.
And I was laying all my cards out on the table.
You were just like
I wasn't playing
like,
them close to the chest.
Yeah.
I was like, and it was like, I was making it known to the world. At the same time, she could have been like, is this this guy's way of like, is he faking it type thing? Right. She could be thinking that.
For sure, I wasn't like 100%.
She's like, oh, he's just flirting. Still, like, he's just flirting.
Like,
he's just being silly.
Like other guys, you know?
Yeah. There's like this thing that's on the internet or on TikTok, and it's like goes on. Like I feel like I see a video of it all the fucking time where it's like, when if they wanted to do it, they would.
Oh, yes.
You know, like if they liked you, you would know, like all that type of stuff. And then there was one that said like, the reason I don't like this theory at all, but it's like the reason you end up with a guy is because he's ready at that time.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so you were what, 25 at the time?
We talked about.
I was 20.
I was 25.
Okay, so you were 25 at the time. And was it because you felt like you were ready at that time?
I was ready, yeah. So, yeah, I was kind of done. Like, I'm like, all right, the next girl. Not the next girl I meet, but the next girl, like, I have a connection or whatever. Like, my next girlfriend is going to be my serious done. I'm not, it's just not going to be a fling.
You're not looking for flings.
I'm not looking for a summertime, whatever. Summertime dime or whatever, right? So.
Never heard that.
I never heard that either, but that was pretty sweet.
That was pretty sweet. That'll be the new
trend.
trend.
I met in the winter, though.
Yeah.
Instead of hot girl summer, I'm just going to be a summertime dime.
Ooh, I like
that's
that.
Fresh.
I like that.
That's kind of fresh. I like that.
Very good.
Yeah, I was ready at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I'm like, okay, 25.
Date for a while.
Date for a couple years, 2-3 years. We date, what, 3 years?
2.5.
2.5?
When we got engaged.
Before we got engaged.
Yeah.
But then, so then it's kind of like, I was like settled down. I wasn't going, I was still going out.
Yeah.
But not in the sense of like, let me go find all these girls or whatever.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It's just that it was when somebody said that, I was like, that's so interesting. Because I feel like girls, most of the time when they go out and they meet somebody, they think, I feel like instantly, like, how could this person fit into my life for the rest of my life?
I agree with that.
And it's kind of not the opposite for guys. They don't really think that far ahead until they're ready to. And then when they do, it's easy kind of to put somebody in that puzzle piece or whatever, or make them that puzzle piece and like let them fit in there. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow, I'm shocked that you like admitted that actually.
Yeah, no, it is kind of true, but like, cause it's hard to. She's a perfect woman for me.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know, so
yeah.
if I met her at 21, I would love to say, but if I was 21, she's 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
at the
Then
same
maybe
time.
I wouldn't have liked you.
But maybe she
Yeah.
wouldn't have liked me then because
Yeah.
I'm 21 years old.
Oh,
just
it's
turned
completely
21.
different.
I'm going out now.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Like, so what was I ready for a serious relationship at 21? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
I was
yeah.
always a relationship kind of guy, like, but I don't think I would have been fully committed, like, you know, or ready for that type of commitment, you know.
Right
So
person, right time.
Yeah.
it's still, yeah.
Yeah. All the things
I kind of agree with that quote.
play a
that you
factor.
read. Yeah.
You know, which one?
The
About
one
like
you said, like, that some girl said,
when they're ready.
yeah, when guys are ready.
Yeah. Yeah. But then I just think about like, not in your guys' sense. I just think because I'm very much into like TV shows and movies
Yeah.
and books and stories and stuff like that. So like, I just think about like that storyline of like the person before them who wanted to be like that person for the guy. But the guy just wasn't ready. So then they broke up and then he was ready for the next person.
And
Cause
then
he
that girl's like, okay.
And now that girl's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then there's this other quote that it was like, if you and somebody couldn't make it work, it wasn't because you weren't good enough. It's because like your standard is here. This is where you can meet them here, but they can only meet you here. And then they meet somebody else who can just meet them here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
So like,
right,
it's just
right.
about like, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway.
Interesting.
If you're watching, you got to see her hands. What she meant by that, the
Yeah.
here and here part.
Oh yeah.
Visual
You know,
aid.
but yeah, that's
Listening
perfect.
or
Yeah.
something, yeah.
So I wanted to talk about, you mentioned your siblings, and I wanted to talk about how you're part of a big family.
Yes, 5 siblings.
5 siblings, you're one of 6, and you're like smack dab in the middle too.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about that dynamic a little bit and how it was growing up with like all those siblings. And
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, having 5 siblings is why I want like minimum 5 kids, because I can't imagine like a household that wasn't so similar to mine, because I really would not change anything about my childhood. Loud, madness, literally never quiet. Like Liz would come to my house and be like, oh my God,
overwhelmed.
like I love it. Like it's all like there's so many things going on. Everyone's talking, everyone's hanging out, and I would go to her house,
Yeah.
hear a pin drop,
Been quiet.
and I was like, this is kind of nice. Like
Yeah.
change of pace. Like you guys, it's just so quiet. And yeah, I don't know. I loved it. I for sure want that for my family too.
Her dad always said, and he even said it maybe like 2 weeks ago to me, like Liz is like another one of his daughters.
Yeah.
You know, like he just always says that too, because like she would always go over there. You know?
That's cute. So I have it on here. Like, does that make you want a big family? So obviously,
Yes,
you
and
said
he-
yeah, it does.
Wants that too, because
Yeah.
he wishes he had like
One or two
siblings
more.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
We did talk about that. I always say like, I wish my mom didn't have such a hard pregnancy with me, because I
Aw.
would have loved, she would have
She
loved
probably would have
too.
continued.
She would have loved to have like another, which is so interesting because she says that, but she had Robert and Beta, and then a week before they found out they were pregnant with me, they were like, okay, I guess we're done. Like, we're good.
gosh.
And then I was like, no, you're not, bitch. Hello.
Surprise.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I can't imagine like another sibling for you guys though.
Yeah, so initially they like were talking about it, how parents do, like, okay, I think we're done, and then a week later,
Surprise, motherfucker.
literally,
Wow.
it's so funny. This world really just didn't want me, and I said, I'm coming, bitch. I'm
You
coming.
can try, but
You will
You ain't
not
getting rid of
stop
me.
me. I'm here to stay. So you said that your siblings and you guys aren't like cuddly and
No,
whatever.
no,
Do you
not at
think
all.
it's because there's so many of you? Like, what? I'm not trying to psychoanalyze the
yeah.
situation, but like it's because obviously you guys know me, Robert and Beta are fucking like butt buddies.
Right.
Like we like to cuddle, we like to hug.
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
we're weird kind
They're
of.
all really close.
Yeah.
It's just so.
I
I think
think-
it's more so like, because every time I hang up the phone, I say I love you.
Yeah, we don't
All right,
say
love you.
that.
Bye.
We literally don't
Love
even say
you.
that.
Bye.
Really?
No, it's so, but it's like not weird to me.
No, it's
But
not.
then
yeah.
like when you hear other people, I'm like, are we weird? But I think it's because we all have the same love languages. Like with my siblings and my family, it is 100% acts of service. Like that is how we would all show our love for each other.
Yeah.
And it was never like a question of like,
Now, what's your love
are we
language?
close? I don't know.
You said it before.
What is it?
All of them. I
Just
give her
say,
everything
well, it
she
can't be
needs.
really all of them. I don't know. My main one still is probably acts of service. But I don't know what it is. Maybe it is like does have to do with there being so many of us and everyone just kind of going off, because it's like Danielle and Tonka are 2 years apart, oldest. So they always shared a room. They had their own conversations. Older, you always want to hang out with
Yeah.
your older sisters. And then me and my brother with the middle children, we were really close when we were young too. And then Noella is 4 years younger than me, and then me and her would share a room, and Ariana
Yeah.
not the planned child. So she's just.
She probably got like, I was gonna say like so much of all of you guys because like, and then were you guys so excited when you found out that your mom was pregnant, or was it like?
I was so happy, but I was like, I just remember because she was like sick for like a month, but I was scared. Like,
is my mom
what's
okay?
going on? Yeah, I remember we were talking about it at dinner, and my mom was in her room though, and then Danielle, my older sister, she's like, "You want to know why? Because mom's pregnant." And we're like, "What?" And I remember I ran to my mom's room. I was like, "Are you seriously pregnant?" She's like, "Yep."
She's like, "Nah, fucking." She's like, "I'm
I was
sick."
like, "Damn." We're like, "Yes." And then my brother was like, hoping
it was a boy.
Yeah, like his last chance, you know?
Yeah.
Get a brother.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, all right, not happening for me, clearly. But
that's sad.
I love it.
Girls are so awesome.
And she's a tomboy, so like.
Yeah, he got a little bit
hang,
of that.
Yeah.
Samir, do you wish you had a brother, or was that not something that you ever? I mean, I don't know if it's
honestly, no.
No?
I never thought about that. Just more siblings. I never specifically thought a brother.
I'm wondering though, like, it did because he had 5 or 4 sisters. 5 sisters. So like to be surrounded by that many,
right?
Like you just had Bona, and then Bona had your mom, and then you had your dad. So like it was kind of like even in that sense. So I wonder that probably plays a role. And like, not to say, but you probably were spoiled as fuck. Like, you know, like
he for sure was. And my brother was too. Because everyone would be like, oh, poor boy. I'm like, he is lucky as F.
Yeah.
To have 5 sisters. Like, honestly, I feel like everyone should have a sister.
Yes.
As a boy, especially.
Yeah.
Because it just opens you up to a world that
you
otherwise
wouldn't be exposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I always used to want, like, I used to want all boys. Like, I wanted to be a boy mom, growing up, like, really bad.
Yeah.
But then, like, as I grew up, I still think I could do it. But as I grew up, I was like, girls are so fucking awesome.
Love girls.
Like, I really do. And I'm not to be like girl power or anything like that. But, like, they just really do add, like, a level of, like, emotional, whatever it may be, to, like, a guy. Like, and, like, you're probably able to sympathize with us a lot more because you had Bona there. And, like, you understood, like, what she had to go through and all of that stuff, you know?
For sure.
Yeah. And like I feel like if you're not exposed to that, like you saw Bona become a mom. Like that's a big fucking thing to see like your sibling go through, and if you're not exposed to it, you can't appreciate those people in your life like the way you should. And like obviously we're raised to appreciate the guys in our life because that's just like the culture that we're in. You know, like literally we're just like raised to be like
that's automatic
you know. So it's kind of like just
as
automatic.
an Albanian you're saying?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like it's just automatic.
Culturally, yeah.
But I will say like in my family, Robert, he was spoiled, but like he also had like was held to a very high standard and like had to meet these expectations of like my dad and my mom, and so like
as the only boy. That's true.
As the only boy. So
there's for sure so much pressure with being the only boy.
Yeah.
That I don't understand, but just like there's pressures of being an Albanian daughter or just a girl.
Well, you just gotta like it's the same with like being an Albanian. Like you gotta who's gonna take care of my parents
right
when they're older? It's gonna be me.
Yeah.
And I want to do that too, you know. But like if I had 2 other brothers or whatever, then you split the load, you know. Or if my dad ever needs something, who's there? Who's going over there? Me. Yeah. You know, like.
Yeah.
So in that sense, but I'm like happy to do it. I don't look at it as like pressure so much, you know. But
that's is it like I don't think there's like one way to do it, but I feel like it's like the youngest son is usually the one that.
Usually the parents will move in with the youngest.
Yeah. Which is so interesting.
Or the youngest boy doesn't move out. That's mainly how it is.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Like it's funny to think that like my dad has lived with his mom his whole life.
I know.
Like my grandma's 87 years old. And my dad has never like known life without her, you know?
That's really sweet though.
Yeah. It's funny because and then the relationships that those people who come from back home with their parents is kind of like very cold and like, I don't know, right? Like I feel like my grandma, my dad, they didn't have like, oh, come here, let me hug you.
Sure. Hell
like,
no.
Type of like you don't do that.
So at all, no.
You don't do that, yeah.
Yeah, you know how my mom learned to say like I love you all the time? She would watch like she came to America and like watch TV. And like she God knows she's watching like a daytime television show and they're like, make sure you say like I love you to your kids because this isn't that. So from watching that she would every night she would tell or like every day and every night she would tell me and Bona like love you guys, like whatever. So I literally if I walk into my house when I lived there, I walk in my house every day when I lived there, right? Yeah. Every day.
Obviously.
I would hug my parents every day.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if it's the first time I saw them that day, hug them. My dad shake the hand, hug at the same time though, but like people don't do that.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I never thought about that until
don't.
like later in life. I was like that, like
Yeah. My dad came home from Florida yesterday. From the soccer thing that Nick was at. But he came home from Florida late last night, and like Robert was downstairs. I was in my room. All of us were like closed off, ready to go to bed. But he's like, hello. And like everyone, lights on. Everybody goes upstairs, hugs our dad hi. And I was like, it's just like we are almost in our 30s, and like we still like want to like say hi to my dad and see how his trip was and whatever. Right. And like it was so cute because this is like one of the first times, I think, as my grandma's getting older, my dad is starting to like not reappreciate her, but like
in a different way.
In a different way, I guess. Like, and he went straight to her room and like, how are you? Are you awake? How is everything good? Like, and I was just like, it's so nice to see because you never saw that. I never saw that growing up. It was always like, hi, Lynn. How are you, Lynn? Never mom. And like, just like this whole, and he doesn't call her mom either. He still says Lynn. But yeah, this is like a sidebar, but everyone calls Juka Juka. Even like her daughter-in-law calls her Juka. And like, my cousins my second cousins call her Juga. They're not her grandkids or anything.
Like that is her name.
That's just like what her name is.
Yeah.
And like it was funny because she was like, the only person that calls me anything differently is your mom, and she's the only one that calls me mom. And I was like, that is so like whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is so crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's sweet.
I applaud our parents because it's like we don't know what that feels like, and it's amazing that they are like still changing.
Yeah.
For the better.
Yeah.
In ways like as the world is changing, they are too. It's sweet.
It's really sweet. And I feel like our parents growing up in the times that we grew up had to like change so quickly because like things were happening, like different social things were happening so quickly around them, and they had to be like, oh, that's how that goes now. Exactly. Oh, that's how that goes now. Like, all right, like I the amount of times I have to sit down at the table with my dad and be like, no, that's not okay anymore. You have to do it like this is how,
Well, I remember the first time I needed to like order something online, and I was like, Dad, give me your credit card, like, and he's like, fuck no, like, do you remember the times?
No.
Like, I'm saying, like, back then, like, the first time you were like, all right, let me get something online.
That
or
was
like,
probably Danny's job, not mine. So
yeah, right. But like telling my dad, and he was like, fuck no, you're not putting my credit card information on the computer.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking crazy?
Are you insane?
And now it's like,
now you're like, it's fine.
7 times a day. Now it's saved on there.
Yeah.
Literally. I have it like, click.
So funny.
Bye. Right. Okay, but you mentioned something. You said that wasn't my job. That was probably Danny's job. Did you have like a designated job as a kid? Like, I feel like every kid has something. Like, I'm the technology person. Dad does like so cleaning up person. Yeah. Robert's like helping my dad, so like we all had like our tasks. But
I feel like as the oldest moved out is when like you would take on
the responsibility.
All right, checking reading the mail, filling out paperwork. Literally, I remember filling out paperwork for my mom as a child, 100%.
Oh my
like
gosh.
For the doctors, and especially like 6 kids.
Yeah, she
wouldn't remember everything. Like I remember we would go to pick up my prescription. And like, what's your date of birth? November 22nd, 1990. I'm like, it's the 25th. November 25th, 1996. I'm like, it's 97. Like, she'd be like, oh, like, and my brother's 5 days after me.
Yeah.
2 years before me. So she'd always like.
Too many kids.
Yeah. So she's like, you don't know what it's like. Like, my brain, also a foreigner.
Yeah.
So she's just like
yeah.
scrambled. I just remember filling out paperwork. That's like the main thing.
Yeah.
But it would be. I'm sure Danny had it the worst, oldest.
Probably, yeah.
So she did way more than we ever had to do. And my dad came here when he was young, so
yeah. Yeah, your dad's the Americanized one.
Exactly.
Which is like usually
it's literally
flipped.
My parents are like yours, but flipped.
But flipped, yeah. My dad will never remember my birthday. Like I really, I'm like, you have 3 kids.
Any of the kids?
3 kids. He remembers Robert's because April Fool's. He remembers Beta's because it's the day after my mom's. But he's mine is like, he's like, November.
He's like, we celebrate Thanksgiving and that's all I know.
But then like a few years ago.
Yours is what?
The 28th. Yeah. So then a few years ago, he was like, your birthday is on the flag day for Albania, on Independence Day for Albania. I was like, yes.
Now he's going to remember.
Now remember.
Oh, it's always on.
Yeah, it's on
always
the 28th.
The 28th.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, yes, thank you. Now you can remember.
Oh my gosh.
I remember one year, though, he was in Washington, D.C. because they were doing something about like Albania or something.
Oh my gosh.
And he brought me home binoculars. I was so happy. I
what
was
a random gift to bring
so
back.
So random. He was like,
I'll be at the like airport.
How old were you?
Your mom's like, hey, it's Fia's birthday by the way when you get back.
Right.
He's like, ah, fuck.
He's like,
souvenir shop.
Right. I want to go back to something because I feel like it's interesting and I don't know what mine is. Love languages. So You said yours is active service. Active service. What are they? Because I know that you know what they are, right? All those.
I think it's acts of service, physical touch, gift giving, words of affirmation. Is there something else?
Is there 5?
Quality time.
Quality time.
That's the 5th.
What is yours? Do you know what your love language is? Or if you had to guess, I guess.
Yours is all of them.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
you have to pick. Let's pick like top 2.
Okay,
I
yeah.
like probably physical touch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably number 1. And then what was it?
Words of
affirmation.
Gift
Quality
giving,
time, gift giving.
acts of service.
I don't know. All of them, a little bit of all of them. But physical touch, I would say, is ahead of all of them, and then the rest are you can fucking mix it up.
My first one's for sure acts of service and gift giving. Like, I don't like to receive gifts, but giving gifts, like I live for that.
Yeah, that I was gonna say when you said acts of service, I was like, does that kind of play hand in hand with gift giving? Because it's like
it's kind of similar.
You know,
but acts of service are more like
you don't talk the talk, you walk the walk type of thing, or like what is it?
It's like if you call me and I like, hey, I got a flat tire, and I'm like, I'll be right there. I'll drop everything I'm doing and come right there for you.
Gotcha.
You know, or like, hey, I need you to help move this furniture. Are you free later? Oh, okay, I'm coming right away. I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
You know, I'll help you do it. You know.
Yeah. I feel like mine is acts of service, but I like to receive acts of service. I don't know if I'm really good at it. I don't know. Like, because I can be, like, lazy sometimes. So, like, if we have to...
you've brought Robert's golf things
yeah,
how many times?
I do it just because I just have to. Like, I don't fucking ever want to.
But that's acts of service.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Yours is physical touch, and we said because, like, we grew up in a family where we hug and we say I love you and whatever. But mine would never be physical touch, like, ever. But it's weird because I hug my family.
Never say never.
Well... As of now, like, but Amanda, like our
yes,
everyone knows Amanda. She is like 110% physical touch. She will literally be like, we're having a girls' night, and she'll be like,
that's nice.
Holding hands.
She's like the meme of like laying in bed, and like the toe has to touch.
Yeah,
like it's just
yeah.
like has to be touching.
Yes,
any of us.
It's so funny.
I love it though.
When you guys were little, or even now, did you guys like when people sat on your feet?
I loved it.
I fucking love when people sat on me. I was thinking about it.
Getting my toes pulled.
Yes.
Cracked.
Oh my god. Well, that's just like childhood for me.
Yeah.
When your parents would be like a boy, a
What
girl,
do you mean sit on feet?
a girl. So like
if I'm sitting like this and someone sits on my feet,
no,
or on
if
your
my
legs?
legs are like straight like this and you sit on my feet with your
like
butt.
Here?
No, on my feet.
Oh, on your actual feet.
Yeah. Not my shins.
Yeah.
No, my
Describe feet. No.
The ones with little things coming off the side of them. No, but I don't know why that made me think of that because of physical touch.
I never not.
Yeah,
I like yeah, right? Like clearly you didn't like it. But it's on me every time we're like in this position, be like, will you sit on my feet?
Still?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I feel like your love language would be different for like
Different
each
people.
relationship though. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's for like everyone though. Like for my friends, I feel like acts of service is like the love language I expect from them. Which is like, it's so hard because like you expect an act of service or a love language from somebody, but like they have their own.
Exactly.
So then like it's
different.
And I haven't been in a relationship to where you have to like actually communicate that to one another. Maybe not in so much of like, this is my love language.
Right.
Yeah, we never did that.
Had that conversation. Yeah. But like you just kind of pick up on like
what? Yeah, exactly. I mean, our friend group is 100% quality time.
oh
Like all of ours for each
yeah,
other.
for each other. Yeah.
Because we can't get enough.
We cannot get enough. If we go too long, I'm like, is the friend group like
Dying?
It's like literally a week. If we go a weekend and none of us like have come together, it's a weird weekend.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah.
I don't like it.
It just feels like a waste of a weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel
Honestly.
I'm like, damn, like, do they not want to hang out? Like,
Yeah. Then you're thinking in your
Take it
head.
personal.
Exactly.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny though because like you thinking about like they don't want to hang out, but like we probably fucking do.
Right.
It's just like about communicating. Communication is just like it's crazy how fucking and that's why I don't know how like not our parents but like my grandma how they ever fucking lived because they hardly even talk to each other. You know what I'm saying?
So
like
true.
like our grandparents like in their relationships they didn't fucking communicate. They didn't.
It was like so transactional.
It
back
was
then,
so transactional. It's just crazy. I cannot imagine a life like that. And it was funny because I feel like I'm talking this whole time. Number
No,
one.
you're good.
No, you're not.
Sorry. But Josie sent something today about like the ego thing. About like
Yeah,
so
that was great.
I'm
And
not
that's
gonna
spot on.
I'm not gonna go into detail about it, but Amanda sent a TikTok and it was like about this girl telling a guy like don't wear that or something like that, whatever. And Amanda's like, this is something Fia would do, but I wouldn't do it because I'm a bitch. I'm just doing it because I'm trying to help you, like
make you look good.
That doesn't look good. Don't wear that,
right?
You know, or like. But I would do it to like a random person, and that's my issue. Like I think I said it to Zach Bia. Like I'm not fucking kidding. I think I was
Something
like,
about
you.
his hair?
Yeah, I was like, Zach, you shouldn't wear your hair like that. Like
I think you did say that. Yeah.
I said
That's
that to him.
fucking
Like I
As
should
if,
not.
like, they're friends. You know?
Yeah, like I should
Yeah,
not
yeah.
be saying that to somebody random. But anyway, then Josie said like no men can have an ego around Fia. You know, like because I just kind of like I'm like you think you look good, but you don't look good.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
But I don't like to have.
I could see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind
You'll
of
just
agree.
call it out.
That's probably why I'm not in a relationship.
But if the man's ego's bit, like, then you're just like, nah, I know I look good.
Yeah.
Like, just
yeah,
throw it
yeah.
back.
Exactly.
Fuck, what's she
yeah,
gonna do?
exactly.
Is
Like
she
if-
gonna bite you?
Yeah, right.
Hasn't happened yet though.
Right? No, they always change. I'm joking.
Right?
If I was in the time where everything, like all the relationships between a man and a woman were transactional, like I would not survive.
No.
Like,
But who knows? You might have been different.
yeah, I
know?
can't remember a time in my life where I didn't question
Oh.
everything. Like I cannot remember a time in my life where like there were rules that my dad would put on me from like Albanian culture, and I would be like,
And you're like, thanks,
Yeah.
but
that
just a
doesn't make
suggestion?
sense to me. Yeah, like that doesn't make sense to me. Like was very little, and I was questioning like, okay, but what about this? Like, okay, I was just always very curious, and like it was
I
from
like that.
the get go, and I feel like I couldn't have been raised differently. My mom raised everybody, all of us the same, you know. Well, not really, because you can't raise every kid exactly the same, but like,
Right.
Like, how would you have been if you were born back home in a village? Would you have been questioning everything the same? Or,
right.
Or would you? Yeah, who knows?
Probably because I'm just I was exposed to things at a young age too, like not in a
And
way
you
I
got,
would.
yeah,
be
and you
like
got to
that.
see examples of that and be like, that's for sure what I don't want my life to be like.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
I'm sure if there were women in that generation that pushed back in ways that weren't so drastic, but for them they're like, you know what?
yeah.
No, I won't let the cows out today just because you asked me to.
Exactly.
Or like you're expecting, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
What, are you more like a devil's advocate,
I'm not.
or is it more you just question everything?
I think that I definitely am a devil's advocate, but it's not me questioning things. If something doesn't make sense to me, I'm like, why would I do that? Like, why? Or like, if Robert can do something, this isn't something that's happened really, but if Robert can do something and I can't do it, but why? Why can, what logic does that? That's not logical to me. Or like, even when we were younger and like your dads would joke, like, you can't have a boyfriend until you're married. Like, I used to be like, Dad,
That's hilarious.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
be married.
I'm like, you have to, like, if things just don't.
But that's him being funny.
Yeah, no,
Right.
exactly. But like when I was little, I didn't think that.
You
I
would
thought he was.
question.
I'm
You
like,
would- yeah,
but
you would
Dad, like
counter
that
it.
doesn't make sense. Or like, you know, like, or you're not allowed to have a boyfriend in general when you're an Albanian girl.
Right.
So like for me, I'm like, I just don't get it. But like, why? Why not? Why not? Why not? Like, so I guess I was just always.
But it's
curious.
also because like men are physically, you don't got to worry about it. Like a guy going to Kroger at like midnight.
men.
Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, where your daughter, you would. If your 16-year-old daughter wants to go to Target at 10
Right.
p.m., you're worried a little bit. If your son wants to go
Yeah.
to Target at 10 p.m., you're not worried, you know?
Yeah.
Or if the guy wants to go out to the club, he don't got to worry about getting too drunk and taken advantage of, you know?
Yeah.
It happens, okay, but
Yeah.
no one really worries about that as
Yeah.
a man. But like as a woman, like as a female, I'd be worried about my daughter going to the club.
100%.
Who you going with?
100%.
Who you going with? The boy, you don't got to worry so much. And then I feel like that also plays a role, like why
Yeah.
men, you know.
For sure. I think I also got lucky because of the balance between my mom and my dad was like perfect.
Yeah.
Of like my dad, he's not strict at all. Like my mom is the more strict one, but like my dad has his like cultural values that he grew up with. And then my mom has like her experiences that she grew up with that she would rather her daughters not go through. Like the not being able to go out, not being able to date, not being able to do this and this and this. And she would rather find a way to like allow us to do it in a safe way. So
Yes.
like I don't know how she did it. I swear it's actually incredible how she did it. But like we were able to do what we wanted to do, but be like so fucking safe and have like a
And
good
you
head
never
on our
took advantage
shoulders.
of that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, my parents, not strict at all. My dad never once, gave me one rule. Literally to follow ever. We would come home whenever we want. Me and
Isn't that
Liz would
crazy?
come back late as fuck. Would not even not question anything. Hey, that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm
Nothing.
like, we could literally be doing hardcore drugs and you would have no idea. Like, we weren't doing anything wrong, but it was just like, how do you have so much trust in your children
Yeah.
and how you raised us to behave just like normal functioning adults? Like,
Unbelievable.
none of us ever like got into trouble. Like, I just, when I look at them and like how we all turned out, I'm like, what did you guys do so right that we
I
had,
asked him that how many times.
you know, because I'm like, I want that for my kids.
Yeah.
Like, I just, especially as a dad with 5 daughters, you're scared, you know? Nope. Never ever showed it. Never questioned us. It's just,
Yeah,
I really don't know what it is.
Yeah, I told him multiple times. I'm like, whatever you did, like, I can't believe like how everybody turned out so great.
Yeah.
Like but no rules, like she said, like no curfew.
My mom would be like, "Hey, you need to be home." Like, she would try, and it wouldn't work.
Yeah,
and I was grounded once,
but it wouldn't
no
even
reason,
be like
she was just like, "I'm gonna
strict."
ground you."
It'd be like, "Hey, like you've been going out. You went out 14 days in a row. Like,
No,
try
but
coming home early tonight." And then they'll be like, "No." And she'll be like, "All right."
but even so, like same with my mom. Even though she was strict, she's kind of just like a hard ass. Not to like say like it's fine to be a hard ass, but she was just a hard ass, and like
she wouldn't like always follow through with the punishment.
Yeah, and if I did something fucked up, I would know. Like, she would let me know, like in a manner of that's kind of scary that like I fucked up, which I never really got that. But like it's just maybe it's confidence in themselves and like
I really
who
think
they
it
fucking
is.
raised, because
and having 3 older siblings, like I obviously went based off of how my sisters were, and they were great too. So I'm not to bust up, but it'd be different if either of them were wild childs or breaking crazy rules and just so I feel like that helps too.
Yeah.
And it's like Danny was like the perfect first daughter. Like, if you ask like anyone, they would say that. Just simple girl, didn't care to go out, didn't care to like wear makeup early or like, oh, I need to like follow the trend. Tonka, she was like, I'm wearing eyeliner and no one's stopping me. Like, she was the one that would give my mom trouble just because she wanted to like rebel a little bit, like with little things like that. So it gets easier with every child.
Yeah.
So then by the time it was me, they don't give a shit what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They already went through 3 other kids,
They're like, this one should turn out fine.
Exactly.
Other ones did.
Yeah. And I'm grateful for that. I love being a middle child, honestly. Yeah.
Because you're kind of lost in the sauce a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm interested in like the dynamic between like Noella and all the siblings, because so you and her are 4 years apart. So then how far apart are her and like Danny, her and Tonka, her and your brother?
You're going to have to do the math. Danny is 31, which is fucking crazy. And Noella's going to be 21. Oh.
So 10 years.
Yeah. And then
Tonka's
Tonka's going to be 30.
She's going to be 30.
Justin's 27, 25. Ariana's 13.
Okay.
Tonka's like my little sis. You know what I mean?
A couple months
Tonka.
older.
She's like my little sister.
Tonka? Oh.
He always says that to her.
Oh my God, that's weird.
She gets so mad.
She gets pissed I'm older.
That's crazy.
But yeah, she's
you're
just a little one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't act older at all.
Yeah, just give her a little.
Very
No,
immature.
Tonka's always been
Give
so
her a
mature.
nuggie.
She has, like, the fact that she's just now turning 30, I'm like, bitch, you've been 30.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, not in a bad way, but, like, she really has.
She is really mature.
Yeah.
If you told me you and Tonka were in the same class, like,
Ooh,
no.
I wanted to
you're
bring
not.
this up. Did she graduate 2010? Or she probably graduated 2011. Right.
She did.
Tonka had a bonfire one night when we were like 17, 18 years old. And I went. And Nicolette's inside the house.
Yes, I remember.
We'll upload
this.
Just
picture.
running around, doing God knows what, playing with Barbies or
I was
some
so
shit.
mad I wasn't allowed to hang out with them. I would always try, and they'd be like, they would
Not
let me
playing
stay
with Barbies,
outside
but
for
she's
like,
like 13 or
Yeah,
12 or
yeah,
13,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
outside.
every time they had people over, I'd be like, I'm going to hang out with them. Trying to, like, be quiet where they don't notice I'm there. I would last like 10 minutes. And they're like, you need to go inside. I'm like,
Oh
I
my
just
God.
remember being so mad. So it's funny that, like, same age group, and then we're together.
Yeah.
Wait, but Tonka went to Eisenhower, right? You guys used to
Yes.
live on this side of town?
Yes, yeah.
And then you moved to Sterling Heights area
Yeah.
whenever. But so how did you know her? Just like through Albanians?
Tonka? Yeah, through Albanians.
Okay.
Yeah, randomly.
Probably Stony,
Stony.
because I feel like all the Albanians used to hang out
Right,
there, play
yeah.
volleyball and stuff.
Gotcha. Wow, what a time.
Used to run that volleyball court.
It was
That's-
a different time.
It really was a different time. Because I feel like that
Yes.
age group of people had that, but like
We
us,
didn't.
our Albanians, like
that
did
group of
not.
Albanians in that generation, they were
all
so
know each other.
close. Yeah. BBM days, like, we didn't have that either.
Mhm.
I feel like even for Eisenhower, there used to be like an Albanian table.
Mm-hmm.
That was gone by the time I was a senior. It was like the foreign table where it was like sprinkle of Albanians, Macedonians, like Italians, maybe, but it wasn't like.
Do you have a bunch of
Yeah,
Chaldeans?
not a lot, but it's just funny that they'd be like, so like, do you sit at the Albanian table? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I sit with Liz and Nikki, like
Yeah.
2 other people. It was such a community, which is cool.
Yeah, it is
that
really
you guys
cool.
like had that, but
Yeah.
Well, at my high school, we didn't do that.
I
There was
know.
Albanians at our high school, but me and Nick were best friends. And
yeah, I'm just
Stefan,
saying
but-
like your generation is.
Oh,
Seems
but
so much
yeah,
closer.
I pretty much know everybody in our generation.
So did you like
Hung out with-
Tonka?
Yeah, I liked Tonka, but I didn't think she liked me.
She didn't.
Oh.
Remember, she said.
Well, she thought I was like a pothead, like troublemaker.
Gotcha.
But we hung out. Like
A handful
no,
of
she didn't
times,
say
I
she
think she said.
didn't like me.
Did she say that?
Okay, we'll ask her
We're
when
gonna have
she's
to
on.
have Tonka
We'll ask her when
fact check
she's on.
this.
We'll just call her.
She's listening. I would call her too. I swear to God. She'll
She has
laugh.
a
She'll
kid.
say, "Yeah, we got to have her sit down here." Even when you told her, like,
I literally remember like St. Patty's Day because Tonka's like, I'll come out with you guys. Like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Haven't been out. We were going to Hopcat in Royal Oak.
and she knew I was gonna be there.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's
then,
what
like,
surprised me too.
she
They're
was
like Tonka's coming, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Mm.
Like,
Did you know that Nicolette was her sister before she came
I think you
that
did.
day?
I don't know.
no, maybe I found out like through that like exchange. So what happened was I snapped Liz, and I'm like, "Hey, some of the guys are in Royal Oak for St. Patty's Day, or whatever." I was like, "You should come." She's like, "Okay,
Liz
I'm
was
with."
at my house.
She's like, "I'm with Nicolette, Josie, and Tonka. Like, we're all gonna come." I'm like, "Okay, cool." But initially, I'm like, "Fuck!" I'm like, Tonka's gonna
Sister.
make me feel like awkward.
Yeah, like
You
I
know?
can't try to flirt with this girl.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Tonka was like, I'm gonna come. Why not? And then.
But I was so
literally right
happy when
before-
Liz said like Nicolette's gonna come. Like instantly, like I said, my mind shifted straight to her, and I'm like,
Right.
Right.
Anyways,
True,
so
true.
Tonka
She
was
knows
like, actually,
from that night.
I'm not gonna come. She's like, I'm not. I just feel weird. Like, I'm just gonna drop you off. But she's like, Samir's gonna be there. Like, oh, like haven't heard from him in years. Like, haven't heard about him in years or something. I was like, damn. Like, I met him once, but I'm like, okay. Like,
Yeah.
and then I'm like seeing him. I'm like, she's not. Like how she's describing him is not
Is
how
not
he's
who
coming
he
off.
is,
So I was
yeah.
like, but I remember she'd be like, ugh, like they're all like potheads and shit. I'm like,
Samir don't even
think
smoke.
so.
I don't
which
even
like
smoke.
I get like, there's a difference between like being a pothead versus just smoking.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Oh
you
yeah,
can smoke
definitely
and
there
not
is.
act like.
But it's funny
Yeah.
that
You
she
know?
thought I was a pothead, and I don't even smoke.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's complete.
You're
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Not at all.
Well, maybe, but like when she knew you in high
I
school, that's
was.
when you
I
were in your
was. Yeah,
phase.
exactly,
Like you
yeah.
had that phase. But so when you were younger, or like even in the exchange of like you starting to get to know Samir, were you terrified to tell your family about it, like your siblings, to see if they liked him or not, or like?
No, I wasn't scared to tell my sisters. I was scared to tell my parents just because it's like to have to say like I have a boyfriend. Like it's like ugh, it's just like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Yeah.
don't know. I just felt like awkward because you just don't feel like old
Yeah.
to that age, like to say it. But my sisters, I wasn't scared to tell, especially because Tonka already knew him. It takes one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The first time you like saw Tonka officially, though, was like
Was
at
at
the
the
dealership,
dealership.
right? What about Danny?
Officially, as me and her were dating.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I-
Yeah.
Obviously, I hung out with
Which like
Tonka a
wasn't
bunch.
planned.
Yeah,
That's
right.
funny.
Was
You were scared, weren't you?
Well, so it's funny because like Danny's like the tough one,
Uh-huh.
but Danny, I wasn't nervous for anybody, nobody, except for Tonka, just because of our like
Previous.
growing. I'm like,
Yeah.
'cause she was always like so mature, so we'd be a bunch of 17-year-old kids. Like shooting the shit, joking
she'd be
around,
like,
and she'd be like in the corner, like,
Literally.
like not cool. That's not cool. Like that's not funny.
100%.
Like, why would you do that? Are you dumb? Like, you
Yeah.
know, so like that, yeah, whatever. So just with her, I was like nervous. Like, is she gonna like me?
Mm-hmm.
Is she gonna?
From my memory
Completely
of her
judge you
too,
based
but
off
no,
of
but
that,
she
yeah.
was
Yeah.
like perfect, you know.
Well, she
and then-
realized pretty fast that you weren't obviously how you were when you were.
You were 17.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
as
right.
you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but you just never know. Some people don't fucking change.
Oh yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Yeah,
some people
exactly.
are who they are through
for
and
sure.
through. Yeah.
For sure.
And I feel like you probably were like a version of who you are now then, but just like
Uh-huh.
young, you know?
For
Because
sure.
like I can't imagine him being like much different.
No,
at 17.
I wasn't much different. Just obviously just older,
Yeah.
you know.
I have something actually that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So I was listening to, and I feel like you're a good person to bring this up to. I was listening to the last episode while I was editing it, and we were doing the personality test that took 7 years. And one of the questions is like, do you forgive easily? And you said like 4, like you're high at forgiving. Because I want to talk about like forgiveness and like your
Ooh.
guys's takes on forgiveness, and like, have you been in a spot or time where you had to forgive somebody, and like what was it that led you to forgive them, or did you not?
Between each other?
Not between each other, just like in general.
Because there hasn't been.
Not between you two.
I can't think of anything with anyone, to be honest. I mean, not like a direct thing with like me. I feel like maybe I would if it affects someone close to me, because I don't like hold a grudge necessarily, but I am very like want to stand up for the other person and like not want to. I feel like I'm forgiving. I just won't forget, and I will like look at you differently.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
Yeah, like that one fucking quote from the OC. Oh my gosh,
I'll forgive you. Wait, what is it?
She's like, I want to forgive and forget you, or I want to forgive and forget. So,
we need to look it up. It's Lauren.
I'll forgive you, but I'll forget you too.
But
what is it? I need to look it up. Should I look it up?
Yeah,
that's pretty hard.
It's harsh. It's hard.
Like, I forgive you, and now I'm gonna forget you.
Yeah,
or some shit like that.
I want to forgive you, but I want to forget you too.
Yeah, something like that.
She, like, damn.
Yeah.
Let me look.
It's a bar.
But do you guys like have a take on forgiveness? Because you said 4, so I wanted to like delve into that.
Well, I think. Well, I took it.
That you do.
I do forgive easy. I think because people make mistakes. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you're constantly making this,
just read the title.
I want to forgive you and I want to forget you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was she talking to?
I thought it was Heidi, but it might just be one of her exes. Okay.
Yeah.
I've definitely been in this situation where I've had to forgive somebody, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I'm not asking for the story either.
Yeah, no, I would give the story if I had one. I don't know. I was taking it like I answered that more in the sense of like people make mistakes, forgive, and I've never really been done dirty.
That's how I feel.
You know, like I've always been around like good people where it's like the level of forgiveness I had to give someone, it's like fucking minor.
Yeah.
You know, like lied to me about something stupid, and it's like, why the fuck did you lie to me about that?
Right.
Like, all right, we'll move on type thing, you know, or something stupid like that. Never.
Yeah. I feel like I have a lot of compassion, so that leads me to like forgive pretty easily. So I have been in like not a few situations where I feel like I've been done dirty in a way, but like I always forgive, and like when you're young you just think like, okay, I'm fucking weak, like why can't I just
you think it's like giving in to,
like whatever, but like the whole kill 'em with kindness, like I always like really do like to practice that, but like I've gotten to this place where I think like forgiveness is good for yourself too, like in a selfish
100%.
way, but also like sometimes it's okay to like not fucking like somebody anymore because they did you dirty, and to like, and like it's hard to just like, I don't know what forgiveness like to define it as, but like if somebody
Banshees of Inisherin.
What is that? What it's part like?
No.
Oh.
But any
kind of
to bring up the movie.
Kind of though. Watch the goddamn movie. Why are you shaking your head?
I'm saying don't watch it.
Did you watch it?
Just watched it
You
yesterday.
didn't love it?
I didn't love it.
You liked it?
It was okay. It was good. I mean, I would never watch it again.
Yeah, watch it.
I don't know why he's obsessed with it.
Okay.
I don't think she's gonna really love it as much as you do.
We'll see. I still have to watch it. I was gonna try to watch it before we recorded so that we could talk about it, but I didn't have time. But it's hard for me to articulate what I'm thinking, because I feel like it's like a touchy subject, and like I don't want to like go into the detail of like what happened, but like I feel like I am compassionate, and like you said, people make mistakes, but I'm also at like the point in my life where I'm like, people make mistakes, I can let it roll off my back, but also like they screwed me over, and I don't want to give them a chance to do it again. Yeah.
Close or friends.
And like,
sometimes you do need to move on.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean
you can grow out of friendships, and people change, and it's not the same. And I think it's actually better to be aware of that than just keep a friendship for the sake of keeping a friendship. You know,
one of the most recent things that happened to me, somebody like kind of bothered me and just was like fucking, I don't know, like took advantage of like the situation they were in, and I don't like them anymore. And like I wanted to like not like be like the person that I once was, where I was like, it's fine, like it's okay. And then I was like, actually it's not okay. I don't like you anymore.
But it's okay that it's not okay.
Yeah, it's okay that it's not okay. Yeah, and I just don't like you anymore. Right. And like I don't want to talk to you, and we don't need to be friends. And then that's that.
I think that's good.
That's okay too. And like I just
kind of cool.
Like right?
Well, I
like,
respect the honesty.
Yeah, right.
but like
Because-
I always like say like forgiveness is like like you should always forgive people because like you're not here for long and whatever. And like I'm like, yeah, but that's for like the people that are worth it. And like sometimes people just aren't gonna be worth that, and that's okay. And I feel like I used to think like if you don't forgive somebody, you're always gonna have that weighing on you. But like I also don't feel that way anymore.
I think it for sure depends on the relationship, because you can forgive someone because you want to keep a relationship with the other person. If you don't care to keep a relationship, a friendship, you really don't need to forgive because they're not serving a purpose in your life anymore, you know?
Well, and it's just kind of like at that point I just don't care. Like
Exactly.
like I just don't care. So like you saying sorry, you don't have to anymore because like there's nothing for you to say sorry to because there's nothing that I'm gonna forgive because there's like it's just like
It's just too far gone at that
it's just
point.
too, like I just don't care anymore. It's just like that. And like I don't know, I used to want to be the perfect person who always like, okay, I forgive you, like who knows wherever the friendship or whatever it might be is gonna go, but like now I'm just like it's not worth it. Time is very valuable, and
That's
like
growth right there.
don't spend it on people that don't know how to do you right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Sometimes forgiveness is for sure for yourself.
yeah,
Like for you to move on from something.
yeah,
But if you're forgiving someone because that person's begging for forgiveness and they like that's different too, then you kind of are just like,
yeah.
you know, do you deserve this?
And I feel like I'm very empathetic, so like I'm always trying to think of like their point of view, and I always do this really fucked up thing where I'm like, what if they died? Like, what if they died? Like, am I allowed to feel sad now?
Yeah, that's
Like,
bad though.
It's
to
really
do
bad
that.
to think that
'Cause
way,
you're
and
just
like
taking it to the extreme.
I put myself in like that fucking box where I'm like, okay, now I have to forgive them, but like I don't
like
know.
reach out.
No, I
even,
have to
and,
reach
like,
out. I
just,
have
like-
to do this. And it's just like I don't know. It's weird.
That's like an intrusive thought getting the better.
It
of you,
is.
for sure.
Oh my god, it is. But I just like think about it because I know how valuable life is. So
Yes.
like, if
But that's
you know,
what matters.
Yeah, but
you know, and you know who's worth forgiving and who you want to keep in your life.
yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
Do you guys have thoughts on? I'm just thinking about like being at this how old we are. Like, do you guys look for new friends ever or
I'm
like?
done. No new
I
friends.
absolutely do not.
Me
I'm done.
either. No, I don't
No.
either.
I'm done. I said that before on the podcast.
It's actually. Did you ever like tell the joke with Nick and
No,
Mandy?
go ahead.
We were at Nick and Mandy's house one night, and obviously Samir was drunk.
Obviously,
somehow-
though. Come on.
Anyways,
If we go there, we're drinking though.
Yeah.
Like if we go to Nick and Mandy's.
so somehow we get on the topic of like friends. I don't know. I think. Oh, I remember. So someone he went to high school with texts him like, "Hey, my friend is actually moving from Arizona to Michigan. He's this blah blah blah. I think you guys would get along. Like, do you mind being his friend? Like, he doesn't know anyone." Which is kind of weird to text someone because then it's like also makes it kind of awkward for him. Like,
Right.
hey
They're
there,
like doctors and like they're in that world. So I think it's like more so like those kind of people. You know what I'm saying?
That like network and stuff.
They like network and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Maybe,
You know, like let's grab lunch. Like I don't do
Meanwhile,
that.
we're
I don't
like,
go grab
like
lunch.
a tight knit ass
you know?
group.
Yeah.
Like, so he was like, I think you literally responded like, nah, like I
I'm
have
good
enough
or
friends.
something. Yeah, I was like, I have enough friends.
Oh my gosh.
And then he was like telling the story to Nick and Mandy, and they were dying laughing, like, oh, like why? Like you could like give him a chance or something. And he's like, I have so many friends that if I lost 10 friends, I still have too many friends.
I said if I
still have
lost
enough
half my
friends.
friends,
Oh, yeah.
I would still have too many friends. I said, so I'm good. I don't need no new friends.
yeah.
I got
new
my
friends,
family and I
no
got
new
my friends.
Yeah.
Right.
I got my wife. That's all I need.
Yeah.
The hell do I need more for? You know, like
I did have that.
enough.
I did have that mindset, but then I met Nicole Weaver, and I was like,
I feel like situations like that are
That's
slightly
different.
different.
yeah, it definitely is
Because you didn't
different.
like seek her out.
Yeah, I didn't seek her
know?
out. Yeah, I definitely am not seeking out friends, and I'm not saying like you guys are saying you're closed off to friends.
Situations
either,
like that are different.
but, like,
You find a husband, I'm completely open to having that guy as a friend.
Unfortunately,
Well,
we can't be friends.
You know,
fucking
or if
better
like
hope
shit
so.
like that is different. Like that to me is like a little bit different.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm talking about like I'm going to
yeah.
like go on a trip, and I think you made good friends with some people you met on a trip recently, like last year or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But either way, like if me and her go on a trip and whatever, we're at a hotel and we're friends like with this. I don't know. I don't find myself like we're not gonna exchange numbers and meet like
Yeah.
no.
But I feel
I'm
like
not doing that.
before this group, I for sure didn't have a lot of friends, but like I felt fulfilled with my friends. I never like thought like could use a few more gals in this group.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I never
yeah,
thought
yeah.
that. Especially I have 5 siblings, so that's for sure part of it. Close with my cousins, close with my parents, uncles, like I just never. And then this group came along and can't imagine life without them.
We just weaseled our way in.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's like an example of not necessarily seeking them out.
Yeah.
And it just kind of falling in your
Worked
lap.
out so good that
It really
worked out so
did.
good that you guys all get along so great.
Oh my God.
Like the girls.
Imagine
you
if
know?
we
Perfect.
didn't.
It's actually
And all the guys too.
Yeah. Well, and it was perfect because like it wasn't just like Robert's siblings and then you guys coming in. It was like other people. We have Amanda, we have Kara,
Yes.
we have Nanta. Like there's like other aspects of that like could have not worked, but like we were just like, yep, this is what we're doing now,
Yeah.
and that's that. Like it's so fucking funny. But I've always been the person where I'm like, if I am friends with these people and then I'm friends with these people need to be friends so that I can just hang out with
that's
all
nice.
these people.
Yeah.
So I feel like because I like needed to hang out with Kara and then I needed to hang out with Nata. Nata would have found her way in because she's my cousin anyway. But like I was like, we're all going to the same place. Come on.
So y'all better
Let's
get
go.
along.
Get on board.
Yeah.
But I've like always been like that. Like even with my other friends from high school, like Kara was a year younger, so she didn't really hang out with us. But I was like, come on, like you're coming.
That's good to do too. Like collide
Nata,
both
come on, you're
worlds.
coming.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're all friendly and like welcoming. Like when Chris comes or, you know,
Yeah.
just like outside, like some of your friends, like
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah, for
meshes
sure.
well
For sure.
regardless.
People are gonna be like, damn, they're fucking brutal. We're like, we don't
sound
want
like-
new friends.
We sound like a cult.
Yeah, we do. Well, we always sound like a couple. What are you gonna do?
So yeah, I don't mean that in the sense of like no new people in my life, because marrying Nicolette and even just dating her, like Noella, Tonka,
Yeah.
Danny, Justin,
Her cousins.
Ariana, even
Yeah.
her youngest sister, like they've all become family, but they're like friends. Make time for them, hang out with them. So it's like my relationships are still growing and they're gonna
Yeah.
continue to grow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then like my sister got married. Now her brother-in-law, he's my friend. Or her brother-in-law. My brother-in-law, he's my friend now.
Yeah.
You know, and my brother-in-law, but
Yeah.
you know, so it's gonna constantly grow. It was more so like not searching. You know.
Yeah.
It's so
So
interesting.
I just
No,
let 'em
yeah. Our
fall
friend
in
group,
place.
they,
Let everything
my,
fall in
our
place.
friend group is interesting, and I feel like we're very. I always say this, and we sound conceited
know, we
because we're
always
like
talk
we're
about it.
rare, but like
We're
It
not that
actually
rare.
feels
I
like
don't think.
family though. to
that.
me.
Then
It
that's
does.
like the aspect of it. But I always fucking bring this up too. Armchair expert.
They're sick of it.
They have like their pod like of people, and like it reminds me a lot of us. But half of them have been known each other for like 15 years, and then there's like a new part of them that like kind of just joined the group like in the last 8 years or 9 years.
Which
so
is
like
kind of like us.
yeah, and it's gonna be that way for sure. But like it's just I don't know. But something I do want to talk about is you said like if I have a husband, you're gonna be his friend. Like that fucking is terrifying. Like what if I meet somebody
I
and
get it
everyone
because
hates
it's
him?
intimidating because there's so many people that would have to like him, but because it's going to be, he's going to be an extension of you, so we already know
Yeah,
we're going to like
Exactly.
I know. Bit always says you wouldn't like
Yeah,
somebody that
exactly.
we don't like, but
And
you
it's
just
not
never
like
know.
it's gonna be like it'll be like mi beta. It'll
yeah,
be so smooth.
yeah, for sure.
She's like, well, this is my
Integration.
first date, and you have to meet all my friends.
Welcome.
Yeah. Here's my family. Here's my cousins. Here's my aunt. Here's my family. Here's my friends who are like my family.
Right.
They'll be doing a group vote at the end if you're making
You're
it to
kicked off the
second date.
island. Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Right. Well, not for me.
Inquiries, come on. Anyone?
Right? Oh my gosh. What if we started like our own
Dating show.
dating show on
That'd
this?
be amazing.
That'd be dope.
That's a good idea.
Do a dating show on here?
Have a blind date on here.
All of our single girls in the group can
I'll host.
participate. You can host it.
Yeah, I want to host too.
We're not gonna do that.
And this leads us into our obsession with reality TV.
Absolutely. Is that on there?
Yeah, I have it on here to talk about. Love Island
it's
just
bad.
started.
Yeah.
UK. They started filming in the UK. And I had to unfollow the account because I'm getting
You're gonna see
spoilers.
spoilers.
But did you guys see the new host?
She's gorgeous.
She
Of who?
looks like
Of
a
what?
Love Island
contestant.
UK.
Oh,
Do you know she's Ben Simmons' ex and Stormzy's ex?
What's Stormzy?
Stormzy's like the singer, rapper. I don't know. He's British though.
Oh,
I don't.
Stormy.
No, it's Stormzy. I thought.
I don't know.
whatever.
I don't feel hip, but I
Is
saw
he the one
someone
like,
comment
plus
it,
one-
so I'm saying it.
I don't know.
She is hot as F. Like the most beautiful girl that's literally ever been.
I
on
know.
the
I
show.
was like, all the guys are gonna want to be with her.
You did. Yeah, that's so
Like
true.
all of them are gonna want to be with her. She's so pretty.
Yeah, but if she's dating guys like Stormzy, whatever, he's like a big British rapper.
I think.
He's like
I'm
big
not
time over
sure,
there. I
though.
think I know some of his songs. And then like Ben Simmons, she's probably not just gonna start dating one of these.
No, of
She's not
course
gonna date
not.
a fisherman like Luca.
I forgot he was a fisherman.
Fishmonger.
Yes.
Fishmonger.
What's the
yes.
difference? He just sells fish. He doesn't fish for them.
probably. It's a British thing, I'm sure.
I think he like breeds like.
Really? I don't know.
Not breeds fish. I'm sorry, but we have them in like Montenegro.
Like a fish farm?
Like a fish farm, I think.
So interesting. People do things that like
runs a fish farm.
You
I don't
don't
know.
even-
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm way fucking off.
He's a
Josie,
tradie.
can you fact check that? What a fishmonger?
Wait, do you ever think about like all of the fucking weird jobs that there are in the world?
Somebody's doing it all.
Like there is a job for everything.
Yes.
I want to look up the weirdest jobs.
Well, I just feel like even the differences between UK, Australia, and like the US, their jobs are way different than ours.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
it's like
and they're very much more tradesy.
tradies get the ladies.
Yeah.
They always say.
And they have like the weirdest fucking slangs for like if you're a plumber, if you're a contractor, if you're a whatever. Professional mourning?
Oh my God, we literally just heard of this.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
it's on that show.
my newest
obsession,
because I like fixate on a show is just like so
It's a good show.
corny. It's called To Tell the Truth. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's good.
It used to be a show, I guess, back in the day, and they like rebranded it. Anthony Anderson is the host. There'll be like 4 celebrity judges, 3 people, and he'll say like, one of these people is a professional mourner, and then you have X amount of time to ask some questions, and you have to guess who you think is telling the truth, because the person that is the professional mourner is the only one that's sworn to tell the truth. That's how you know. So you'll ask questions like, where are you from, that this is like a normal thing for you, or how did you get this job, like things like that, and then you have to pick who you think is telling the truth, and that was one of them.
Professional
yeah,
mourner?
and it was this. How did she get the job? I think she's like, my mom did it, I did it, I work at a funeral home, it's part of the funeral home, it's a service when someone has.
So do they help people mourn? Is that what it is?
They literally sit there.
They
and
go
cry.
there and cry. And
Yeah.
then she's like, I'll like read the room, like
Yes.
she's
yeah.
like, if it's like a Jewish she's like, if it's a Jewish funeral, I'll be like,
She's like,
And
yeah,
then she's
she
like,
knows
if
if she
it's-
should be like how loud
Extra.
to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
whatever.
Wow, I'm stunned.
Random jobs. The show, there's also like the last episode we watched, there was like 3 actually blind people, and then one of them climbed all 7 summits. So like the highest summits on each continent. And then so you have to ask some questions like, what kind of boots did you wear? Like,
Did you need special equipment?
what was the hardest one? And like see who's telling the truth. Like, did you pass out? Did you?
They'll try to catch him in a lie, like, oh, like, where'd you start and where'd you finish? This, and they'll go back and like, wait, didn't you say you started there? And then they're like, but sometimes it's just
It's fun because you
human
can
error,
play
and they
along.
actually
You
are
can also
telling the
play
truth.
along too. It's like, you
Yeah,
know,
no, I
Jeopardy,
just
you can
love
play
that.
along, try to answer before they do. That you can be like, that person's
Yes.
that's the fireman.
Right.
That's the fireman, you know.
Professional mourner. That's fucking wild. That sounds like a good show. What's it on?
Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Kate Hudson's brothers has been on it a few
Bunch of
times, and
celebrity guests,
we
pretty cool.
just found out it was his.
I love Kate
That-
Hudson.
I didn't know
his
his
brother.
I didn't know she had a famous
or
brother.
is it
Oliver?
Oliver? Yeah.
Chris
He's like, I
D'Elia
want
was
to
on
thank my
twice.
mom. I see Goldie Hawn. I'm like, he's like, and my sister. I'm like, oh my God. I literally started freaking out because I'm like, I knew
Wait,
he was familiar.
I want to
but
look up which one because I don't think Oliver's the one I love.
He's from like Lifetime movies, I think.
Chris D'Elia was on it a couple
yeah,
times.
that's
Craig
the one I love.
Robinson,
Bob Saget,
Bob Saget, like a bunch
Sherry
of
Shepherd.
Oliver Hudson. I fucking love him, and he was in Dawson's Creek.
Oh no way!
Just for like the last season for just a little bit, and I loved his character, but I hated him at the same time because he was getting in the way of another relationship that I wanted to be together. But I still
Classic.
liked his relationship, so it was really tough for me.
Yeah,
So I was like,
you're like I love you, but
gots to go, gots to go. Okay, professional sleeper. Yes, please.
yeah, I swear.
A hotel
Oh,
in Finland hired a member of the staff as a professional sleeper to test the comfort of their beds.
there was one professional cuddler. I don't know if you watched that one, which is so uncomfortable to me.
What?
And they were asking like, where do you do it?
Yeah.
And the 2 people were like, oh, it's like a studio based out of the agency. And one girl's like, my home. A girl. And they were like,
I've heard
that's
of
not
that.
safe. And
I've
she
heard of that
actually was
before.
the one that, and they're like, you shouldn't be trusting guys in your, or people in your home. And she was like, I'm like, I'm scared by
I have an appointment set up for tonight. What are you talking about?
how crazy.
Okay, we need this job, guys. Full-time Netflix viewer.
Oh,
I
yeah.
need that shit in my life.
Imagine being paid.
But Netflix though,
I mean, I would do it
They come out with good
every now and then.
No,
shows,
right.
actually.
Imagine how many good shows are out there and good movies are on there that we've never watched.
Exactly. Right.
Never would watch.
Snake milker?
Ew.
Ew. The job of a snake milker is to collect the venom of poisonous snakes in jars for use in anti-venoms and other medications. Hello.
Hi.
What's up?
Am I on phone a friend?
I guess you are
Yeah,
on
but you
now.
called me.
You called me.
Like how long ago?
20 minutes ago?
Not true.
Impossible.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I did not realize it had been that long.
Yeah, love you. Bye. I wanted to see Sura.
While I was here.
Aw.
Hey, Dai.
I was.
She's just bouncing.
My bad. I swear to God.
No, you're good. You're good. Love you. Bye.
Okay, say hi, bye. Say hi, bye.
Love you, Dai.
Love you.
I gotta go. I love you more.
Not with her voice.
Hang up.
Bye.
That fucking voice in my headphones makes me want to cry.
I love her more than anything.
I love you. Oh my god.
She's so sweet.
Dude,
She's
now
the
she's
sweetest.
like,
She's like sassy now too.
now she's getting sassy.
She's about the
For sure.
independence.
Yeah, she
She
should.
really is like becoming so
Exactly.
independent.
Oh my gosh.
Like she'll be like, no, like I'm gonna do it. Like everything, like I'll do it. I'll do it.
If you do
I'll
it, like she has to redo it.
If you
because
do
it's
it,
like,
she'll
I need to do
redo
for
it. Like
myself.
I'll do it. You know.
Love
They're
that.
the best. They're the fucking best. And watching them grow that way is like, oh, there's nothing fucking better.
Yeah, and like she's just always like, she'll say like, my mom will tell me these stories. She'll be like, oh, like don't worry, Jika, don't worry, like I'm here, like Suda, I'm over here, don't worry, like I'm over.
What
here.
did she say? The one
Like and no one
time?
asked.
Yeah,
Like, she's
yeah.
just.
She's
Your
like, I
mom
know
was
you're
like-
worried about me. I'm fine.
Your mom was putting her to sleep, and she like jumped up, and your mom was like, "Oh no, you need to go to sleep." And she's like, "Go upstairs. I promise I'll sleep later. I promise. I promise." She's like, "How does
Like
she even
tricking
know?
her.
Like,
How does she even know to say like,
what,
I
like a
promise
promise
later I'll
is?
sleep. Like let's go upstairs, play a little bit longer, and then I promise I'll go to sleep.
Kids are, I know, but the way they can just like, don't worry. Like, I promise.
Tricksters,
Like,
man.
tricksters. How,
Michelle Tanner, baby.
literally.
That's what I think of, honestly.
Oh my God.
She was so adorable.
Did you watch Full House?
Yeah.
I was like, that was my life through and through.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
Oh, me too.
You Got a Dude. How Rude. Oh, Have Mercy. All of it is ingrained in my brain. Do you want to do the fast questions and then we can be done?
Sure.
Rapid fire.
Let's do it.
I hope I can actually do them rapid fire style.
They'll be rapid fire because we chop it up regardless.
Okay,
Wait,
good.
did you listen to today's episode?
I did.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fucking cut that shit so
The
short.
last.
I literally
yeah.
came out after, like, I was like, that took really long. And he's like, oh, she's going to cut it. I was like, okay, good. Because
Yeah.
no one's going to.
No, yeah, I literally was like, well,
Like even like what you cut it down to. Well, what you cut it down to was like, oh, you could think that was the fucking
whole,
personality.
yeah, the
Exactly.
whole thing. Yeah.
So then I'm glad after we're like,
I
there's
felt
a
bad
lot
for you
more
because you
into
had
it.
to ask him.
I was just like,
That's exhausting too, rather
I'm
than
like,
just
okay,
being
and
in your
then
head
this-
and just
Yeah,
answering
yeah.
them, you know?
it was so funny because I looked at how much time I had left, or like how long the whole thing was, and
Right,
it was
perfect,
like
'cause it was right at the end.
it was like an hour 45, hour 50. No, I think we recorded for 2 hours.
Wow.
So it was like very fucking long, and I was like, this is gonna be like hour, because I didn't think we had to cut much out, and I didn't really cut much out. It was just
Besides that.
literally all of that
Yeah.
that took that long. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
And what did it go down to?
An hour 18, literally.
You're kidding me.
I know.
So it was like 30 minutes. That.
Yes. Do you want to ask her these questions? You can choose through them.
Yeah, I'll start off. All right. You're going to love a couple of these. If you had to be a Disney character, which would you be?
I'm such a Disney adult. Belle.
What is your Hogwarts house?
I don't know them enough to answer that. I'm sorry.
Really?
I haven't watched them in years.
What animal would you be in another life?
Don't really like animals. Probably a puppy.
Okay. If you could have, imagine being a puppy and Fio was your
Oh my God, spoiled as F.
caretaker.
I'll be the best owner.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing, what would it be?
Moolah.
Nice. If your life was a story, what would it be titled?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I really got nothing in my brain.
Nothing in my brain by Nicolette.
What one thing is just the cutest? Samir. What one thing is the ugliest thing you've ever seen?
Severe.
Name the first word that comes to your mind.
Fuck. Sorry, I don't know why that just was.
Hold on. What was it?
Oh my God, iCarly.
What was
Miranda
it?
Cosgrove. Probably fuck.
Probably fuck.
Probably. Oh my
What's
god,
your
that.
favorite curse word? And people say I look like her, so
What's your favorite beverage?
coffee.
What's your favorite season?
Spring.
What was the last thing you watched on TV?
To tell the truth, probably.
What's the best thing you've ever eaten from a restaurant?
That's hard. Because I'm a very picky eater, so I get the same like 3 things from everywhere. Probably.
Caesar salad.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say chicken Caesar salad or just like Italian food from Bella Piatti in Birmingham.
If you could learn any language in 1 week, what would it be?
Albanian.
Good. Good answer.
I really wish I could learn it like that fast.
Yeah. What chore do you absolutely despise doing?
Probably the dishes, I guess, but I don't really
Good.
despise any. Nothing really.
First concert you ever attended?
The Fray.
That's a good one.
When?
Amazing
When?
concert. I think I was maybe like a junior or a sophomore. It was with Tonka and her friends, and I just got to tag along. It was amazing, and I touched his chest.
Were you
Don't
close?
ask why.
Like, were you close up, or did he come out?
Yeah, he come out.
Okay,
he came
yeah.
out onto the lawn.
He did
And
that
I was,
to
like,
us
freaking
too.
out.
Yeah, but
Maybe it was the same concert.
was Maroon 5 there?
No.
Who was it?
Damn, I wish.
Who else was there?
I don't remember.
I know Matthew Nathanson was there.
Okay, maybe that was it.
Okay.
It was for sure summer.
Yeah, it
Like,
was.
warm,
I thought it
'cause
was.
at.
I thought it was after I graduated high school, but maybe not.
Oh, maybe.
I don't remember.
My memory's not good with like what age I was for things.
But I could have
We'll
sworn.
confirm.
Yeah, I'll look
fact
into
check
it.
that.
Yeah.
What is your favorite game of all time?
Catchphrase.
What's that other game we like a lot now?
Clue.
No, well, we love Clue, but the one we played up north. Shit.
Family Feud.
No, the new one.
Oh, I love bullshit now.
Oh, bullshit you love. No, what's the one we played with the categories? Categories.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that shit was
categories.
fun.
So fun.
If you could be the character in a TV show, what character would you want to be?
Can't be sure.
Snooki.
That's a great answer. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna go with Snooki. To live her
But what
life.
was I always get confused by that question. Is it to live her life,
I think it's. I
or
like.
to play that character?
Yeah, I always say it's like to play that character because like.
Like to have that
But
job
that's-
as an actor. or
Yeah,
actress.
like because that's just like what I would want to do. So I actually was over Christmas. I wrote this down to tell you. I came up with a new character that I want to act as, and it's Marissa Tomei in My Cousin Vinny,
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, the wife.
the
I was literally gonna say Elle
girlfriend.
Woods.
Oh, the girlfriend.
Oh,
right,
really?
right.
Because
Elle Woods is
I
good.
love Legally Blonde.
Yes.
And just Reese in that movie, like it's just a comfort movie.
Yeah.
And she's such a bad bitch in that.
Yeah, and if you like, you get to get the fucking
Yes, the satisfaction.
yeah.
So when she goes through.
And you've been getting a perm twice a year for 13 years.
So that means for someone that's gotten, say, what's the number?
12.
And
Twice a year
26.
for 13 years. Yeah.
Whatever she said, yeah. Would know the rules, blah, blah, blah. I didn't mean to shoot him. I thought it was you walking through the door. Order.
Everyone's
like, oh my
fucking
God.
freaking the fuck out. But I was watching My Cousin Vinny, and she's like sitting on the bench, and she's doing where like he brings the pictures, and she goes, "Well, it's a trick question, and why is it a trick question?" And like she's just doing her whole spiel about the
Yeah.
fucking car. I'm like, she's the baddest bitch
And the accent
in the
just
fuck.
makes it, like,
Yeah,
better.
and she's like, "Do you want to know why?" And he's like, "I would love to know why." That fucking movie is so good.
So good. I'm happy I watched it recently.
That was your first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on my top list, my top movies.
I would always hear it referenced, but I just never cared to watch it.
Name a song that makes you happy.
Anything by the Lumineers. I can't think of one specifically.
Who's the person you go to for a listening ear?
Probably Smear.
Sweet.
What career did you dream of when you were a kid?
Actress.
Absolutely. If you don't dream that big, then what are you doing?
I picked that in 6th grade for career day. And you
Me
had to make
too.
a poster about it.
Yeah.
And my teacher was such a bitch. Shout out Miss Haley. I hope you're listening. Because I tried to find
That'd
her
be
on
sick if you
Facebook.
were
I
an
couldn't find
actress,
her.
though.
Right. I'm like, I'm on a podcast now.
Now what, bitch?
But I remember I was like, I'm gonna do actress, and she was like, oh, then you need to pick 2 jobs and make 2 poster boards. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna do it then. She's like, pick a real job. I was like, okay. I picked like reporter. I don't fucking know why I picked that.
Those are the teachers that
If I was
people
famous,
talk
I'd be
about
like,
that are famous. They're like, they didn't believe in me.
I swear.
Did you just want to be an actress because you like movies, or was it?
I don't know. I just I'm a very like theatrical person. Like Tonka will always say that about me. Like if I was talented, I would have done theater if I could like sing. So I just always wanted to act.
I swear, sometimes I'm driving and I'm like singing. I'm like, I fucking should have done
You
theater.
should have, because
like,
you actually would have gotten parts.
I fucking love like singing like Little Mermaid,
Yeah,
like
me too.
musicals,
Just not
like
good.
stuff like that.
You 100% like in a musical, like
She
on
could be.
stage.
She could be
Thank
Elphaba
you.
and Wicked.
Thank you guys. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
I could definitely see that, like, because you like
Yeah.
do your hand movements and shit, and like you dance too.
Yeah.
Or not
Well,
dance.
She's
cheer.
like, I guess so much people
Yeah.
that's
Like-
what you're trying to say.
So yes, I'm very talented, and this is not about me.
But I could see her like on stage,
You know what's funny is
like a Broadway show.
This is her
so
stage right now.
I won most likely to win American Idol or like make it to Hollywood or something in high school. I wasn't in choir. I wasn't in
Wow.
anything.
didn't
Like
take the steps.
I was not. I know I wasn't. I didn't take the steps, but I wasn't in anything.
But you're
And
saying the fact that you won that
and I
and
won
you
it.
weren't even in any of those.
everybody who was in like choir, theater, whatever, pissed as
They're
fuck.
like, we got robbed.
What did you go up and accept your award?
You just go in the yearbook.
Oh,
That's
you just
it.
won.
Yeah.
Okay. We had like a whole thing, like
Because you won something too. Didn't you
won
win?
3 things.
Would you win again? You won Most Likely to Be Famous,
Best
didn't
friend.
No, I won most likely to win an Oscar.
you? Oh, that's what it was.
I won best eyes, best smile. No, I'm kidding. I won most likely to win an Oscar, class clown,
Oh,
and then
Best friend.
Best friends.
With
You already
3
told us.
though.
3.
Yeah.
yep.
That one you guys know. I gave the third. They only had 2 trophies for the best friend, so I gave one.
So you didn't
You're so
win.
selfless.
Because I was like, I already got 2.
Wow. Y'all can have one.
They
That was
accepted
in
my
high
honor
school.
type thing.
Right.
In high school.
In high school, yeah, senior year.
So we had him in 9th grade, and then we had him at senior year too. In 9th grade, I won most likely to make it to Hollywood.
Oh my gosh.
And then in my senior year, I won whatever, American Idol or whatever.
Oh my
most
God,
likely
that's
win.
amazing.
Which I was like, I didn't do any. I wasn't in plays in junior
But
high.
how did they know you could sing, like from the halls and shit?
I don't know. So
Imagine if you
so I don't
singing through the
know
halls.
about in like junior high. I think like I would sing for my friends, and then they would like tell people I can sing.
Yeah.
And then in high school, we used to have Titan Talent on the morning announcements. And when I was a sophomore, Beata had friends that were juniors that were in class for announcements. So one day they come up to me while I'm in the middle of class. I'm literally doing algebra, and they're like, "You need to come now because we forgot to get our Titan Talent, and you have to sing on the announcements." And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
no, like, no, I'm not doing that. It was literally like last minute. So then I did it, and I fucking guess
What
what I
song did
sang.
you-
Oh, it's actually fucking embarrassing.
Did you? What grade was this?
10th grade.
Was it Carrie Underwood?
No.
Okay, then I don't know.
Price Tag by Jessie J. It's not about the money.
Oh
We don't need to.
You're in your Pitch Perfect era.
I swear. So I sang that, and then like everyone was really nice about it. I don't think I was that good. But
That's
that's
intimidating though.
so that's like
And then everyone voted like 2 days later.
no, that was in 10th grade.
Oh, okay.
So
But
then
imagine,
everybody-
like,
That'd
it
be
was, like, fresh
amazing.
in everybody's mind.
Yeah. So then everybody throughout the day was like really nice about it. And then I go to 6th hour and it's econ, and my econ teacher was like, everything is about the money, Sophia. And I was like, okay, sorry,
Oh
whatever.
my gosh.
And then they did it the next year. I had to sing again. Don't know what I sang.
Did you do announcements too?
Yeah. And then my
Announcements was the fucking
Did she do
shit.
announcements?
I was in AV in 6th grade, baby.
Did
I
you
ran
forget
that
about
shit.
this?
What?
Yeah. I was in AV in 6th grade.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I ran that shit.
Remember?
Oh, really? No.
That ties back to Jack Black and
Yeah,
I'm
Jack
Just a
Black.
Bill.
Oh, that was from that night? Oh, I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either, but it's because I was drunk. However, yeah, I did AV, and then I did like speech, and speech was like announcements in high school. So I did all of that shit.
Love announcements
I
class.
never.
I
we
still
never.
loved
I
it.
don't know if we had a speech class.
You
Oh,
had to.
we did. We had IP, innovative presentation, but that was in middle school. And I remember I had to give a speech about my family, and I'm like listing my siblings, and one girl's like, "I know you're lying about your sister's name. Like her name's not Tonka." I was like, "What?" She's like, "You're lying to make your family sound more interesting. Like that's not a real name. Like Tonka Chuck's right." I was like, "I'm literally gonna bring like a picture of her birth certificate tomorrow."
That is so
I didn't, but you know how it
annoying.
is in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Who didn't believe you?
this girl in my class, first name Delaney. Listening,
You
Liz
will-
knows who I'm talking
You
about.
will never forget it. There was this one time we were in Florida and we were speaking in Albanian, like in the pool. Nanta's whole family was there. We were all like just in the pool. I don't know why we were talking Albanian, just as kids, but one of the girls that was there who we didn't know, she was random. She was like, "Stop speaking your made up language."
Oh.
Stop
Okay.
speaking your made up language to us. I was like,
In a southern accent?
yeah, because
Made up, though.
she like lived in like Georgia or something, and she was visiting to Florida. Yeah,
As if it sounds like so.
Oh, you guys were in Florida.
we were in
At the
Florida.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
right.
and she's like,
Still.
stop speaking that made up language, and we're like,
Fucking racist
Look.
piece of shit.
literally, yeah.
So Florida.
Yeah.
so Florida.
The thing to say.
Okay, we'll do a few more here. Read the book or watch the movie.
Read the book.
French fries or chips.
Fries.
Would you rather drive or fly?
Drive.
Work on a puzzle or play a game.
Play a game probably.
I know you don't like animals, but dogs or cats.
Dogs.
Travel in the country or travel abroad.
Abroad.
Amusement park or zoo.
Amusement park for sure.
Do you like roller coasters?
I do. I haven't been in such a long time. I really want to go this summer.
We need
Yeah.
to.
We always say that, but
Yeah,
I know, what the hell?
I really want to go.
It's not like it's far.
it's not
Right.
for at all. Yeah, spend money on a dream home or travel the world.
Both. I'm picking both.
Yeah, no, seriously,
Like,
dream big, baby.
yeah,
Black or white? Not people, just color.
of course. I'm honestly gonna say black.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
White all day, baby.
I
know
like black.
You love wearing white, but
Gold or silver?
gold.
Quality or quantity?
Quality, of course.
Go forward in time or go back in time?
Forward.
Wow, that was a quick answer. Usually people don't answer that.
I never would want to go back in time ever. Even if they said like, if that was the only option, I'd be like, not taking it. I just want to see
Yeah,
my future like family
yeah,
and what the world's gonna be like.
Mhm.
I won't like mess with it. But
yeah. Coffee or tea?
Coffee,
Wine or chocolate?
chocolate,
Sweet or salty?
sweet.
If you could teleport right now, where would you go?
And Sheeran.
You can bring Samir with you.
This is just like to a different place. It's not a different time, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The North Pole.
My
I want
God.
to see. I want to see. You know?
It's kind of cool.
That's a good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
It's the only way I'd get there.
Right, to
Right? You
teleport.
can't- you're
Yeah.
not
You can
allowed-
get to the North Pole.
Where
South
can't-
Pole, you can't.
Okay, then South Pole.
Oh.
I want to go where you're not allowed to go.
Antarctica? You can't go to Antarctica?
You can.
Yeah, you can.
Legally,
Zoe
you can't go
Deutsch
to the
just
South
went there.
Pole.
Yeah,
You
so did
can't-
Nina
you can't go-
Dobrev.
you can go to
And
the-
so did
yeah.
Lewis Hamilton.
You can go
And
to
so did Shaun
Antarctica,
White.
but not the South Pole.
Okay,
Okay.
then that's
And
where I
what
wanna
they
go.
tell you is the South Pole isn't the real South Pole.
I want to see what
They'll
they're
tell you,
hiding.
like,
Right, because it's flat, so there's no pole even there.
No, I'm saying if you go to the South Pole, it's
You'll
like,
fall off because it's flat.
No, I'm saying if you go to what
won't
they
like
say is the South Pole, you're not actually at the South Pole. They'll be like, you're at the South Pole, but you're really not.
So what's
there.
actually the South Pole?
No, because everything, like majority of Antarctica, you're not allowed to travel because of like the laws against it. Like
Yeah.
they don't want you to fuck with ecosystems.
The
and shit
ecosystem.
Like that.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm going there.
I'll
Because
go
she's
with you.
teleporting.
100%.
Yeah.
I should have said me, not him, because I want to go.
Where would you want to go? You can teleport anywhere.
Switzerland.
That's
Switzerland's
good, too.
one.
Yeah.
Where would you go?
Probably go to Bruges.
I thought you were gonna say Inisherin.
Yeah, there or there.
Bruges or Inisherin. That's who you are now.
I swear, literally, he's
So
a banshee.
funny.
Yeah. You know what a banshee is?
Like the people that scream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just looked it up.
Yeah.
Like women, like
Yeah. I only know that because of Teen Wolf.
I forgot that wasn't Teen Wolf. I think that's maybe when I stopped watching though. Is what's her face? Was she
Lydia.
one? Yeah.
Don't Banshee scream when trouble is coming or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
So is it about somebody like an
No.
actual banshee
No,
or
no.
no?
No, but the title of the movie is said in the movie. I'll
Okay.
say, but it's not directly about that. It is.
yeah, I know. Yeah, but now that I think about it, you could tie that. What if that like the old woman in it? What if like when she dies, she's like becomes like a banshee or some
Maybe.
shit, like
We
a
should look into
spirit
the
of that.
Is there
Yeah.
like a folk tale about it and that's what they're talking the banshee
No.
cover? Okay. I'm not gonna
It's
ask.
only
It's like
Imagine.
you can't even. I would never guess what that movie is about because it's like almost about nothing,
Gotcha.
but it is about something.
Yeah.
It's
I
one
like
of
movies
those.
like that a lot.
Yeah,
I do
That's
too.
what I like.
But that movie wasn't like hitting home for me.
I feel like. Well, I want to know your opinion. I
I'll-
want to know
I'll
everybody's
watch it.
opinion.
I'll watch it. I'll
Josie,
watch it.
kind of same as
Yeah.
opinion is the same as Nicolette's.
Okay.
Like she was like, I would have never watched this if it wasn't for you.
You guys have to watch The Last of Us because you said something and it reminded me of it, but I don't want to say it because if I
We're
say
gonna-
it, then you're
we will.
gonna.
Was it just like an hour?
We'll probably
episode?
watch it tonight.
It's an hour, yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll probably watch it.
It might be longer than that.
We got time. If it's
Yeah.
2 hours, we have time.
It's pretty long, but it's fucking good as fuck, and I'm excited for.
Ooh, okay.
I want to watch the Glass Onion because we've been like trying to watch that
Yeah.
for like a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
Where
just need to watch
The
it,
Last
yeah.
of Us, like we just started talking about it
Yeah.
literally yesterday, right?
Well, I wasn't even gonna. I wanted to watch it, but I did not plan to. Liz came over and she was like, "I was like, what are you guys doing?" And she's like, "We're gonna watch this. Do you want to watch it with us?" I was like, "Fuck it, might as well." So
Dope.
I started it. It's good. It's fucking a little scary. Like I jumped
Really?
quite often. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So brace yourself for that. But alrighty, that's all I have for today, folks.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, Nicolette.
It was nice.
You were a great guest. I knew you would be.
Oh, thanks.
And you're welcome back anytime because this is your house. So
Might take you up on that.
you can sit on the couch whenever you'd like.
Thanks.
Alrighty.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.